Can you ham radio while living in an apartment? Can you antenna while living in an apartment? That's what we're going to talk about today here on KF5 IRE Ham Radio. And if you have not already, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Just helps out the channel and helps this video reach as many people as possible. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. With that being said, let's get into the video. What's up guys, Chase here, KF5 IRE Ham Radio. So as you guys might have noticed in all my videos that I filmed here at my QTH, well, it kind of looks like I'm filming in a living room, right? Well, that's because I am. So I live in a second story apartment that doesn't really have a ton of space, so I have to be pretty creative with how I use the space that I have, whether it be the space here inside the apartment for my shack, or it be outside for my antennas. So today, I just want to show you guys my ham radio setup while living in an apartment. So we're out on my balcony right now, and this is where I set up all my antennas when I'm playing radio. So the antenna that I use most of the time here at home is going to be my MFJ BigStick. And basically what I've done to hang this thing up is, basically I have just taken this piece of 1-inch PVC and I have hose clamped it to the railing. And then also what I've done is I've taken this piece of PVC, I don't know the diameter on this one, it's probably like 1 3/4 or something like that a buddy of mine made for portable to set up my MFJ BigStick, and I have just kind of shoved onto there, and it's pretty much just friction fitted. I set up the antenna and the vertical just goes all the way up. And then you can see the radials here. I'll show you guys how I do the radials. Basically what I do is I just take the radials, I just drag the radials out, and then they just kind of sit in different cracks and crevices. So that's how I do the MFJ BigStick. And then of course I just run the coax. I don't know if you guys can even really see that very well, but I just have the coax just kind of laid out. Since I can't really drape it down anymore, I have downstairs neighbors now. I don't want to disturb them running my cable down there. I used to do that before they moved in, but I stopped doing that after they moved in. And this is a second floor balcony, so in a perfect world, I would be able to just drop that cable down, but it's just not ideal in my situation, so I just gotta make do with what I have. And the second antenna that I use is this 10-meter dipole that I made right after I started getting into HF. It's just the $10 DIY dipole that Mike KMRD made on his channel, and I made that, and pretty much what I do is I just velcro it up to the top gutter, and then the dipole legs just kind of go out to the wall here, and I just push pin it into the wall with a piece of velcro to hold it in place. And then the same thing over here, I just take the dipole leg and just take it out there to this other wall, and I just push pin it into the wall over there. So that's how I do the antennas here. And now I'll take the camera off tripod and I'll show you guys a little bit more in depth of actually how I mount the radials on the MFJ BigStick and how I mount the dipole. So here's a closer look at the dipole. Basically, like I said, I just have it Velcro strapped up there, and there's there's a piece that runs across of metal, and I just basically have it Velcroed to that. I can't really show that to you, but that's how I have the Velcro strap on the top of the dipole mounted. And then again, the radiating elements just kind of drape down out here to these things that I have on the wall right there. And again, it's just push pin into the wall, push pin through the Velcro, and then just back up. And then the same thing on this side, radiating element right there, running out here, push pin into the wall like so for that leg of the dipole. And then for the MFJ BigStick, what I do, I have these hose clamps to hold the piece of 1-inch PVC in place. And I actually used to mount this directly to the PVC, and I'd have to take it off every time I wanted to go do Parks on the Air or something like that. So I used to just mount it directly to the piece of PVC. That got a little bit old. So shout out to Jeremy for making this contraption for me. Again, I don't know what diameter it is, just a piece of PVC that he made. How I used to do it was hose clamping it directly to the railing, and then U-brackets to that, but I stopped doing that. So now it is U-bracketed into this, and this is my portable mast for the MFJ BigStick now. And as you guys can see, the MFJ BigStick, just a vertical antenna that goes up, 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 up over the roof line, way up there. It's about I think it's a 19.5-foot whip antenna. And then just to show you guys how I do the radials, I have actually put terminal rings on the radials, so they stay on those little nut and bolts on the U-bracket, nice and easy. And then I just have them run out. And for this one, I just have one of them stuck up into the siding. I just kind of friction fitted in there, just push it up in there. And then this one, I just kind of have it pushed up in between the window screen. This one, I just found it's easiest just to stick it underneath this light. And then this one right here, also friction fitted into the sideboard. So that's all I have out here on the balcony for you guys. I just wanted to show you how I do my antennas out here. As you can see, I don't have a ton of space, but I got creative and, you know, made the most of the space that I have. I've used this antenna setup for all my HF stuff outside of Parks on the Air. I made a ton of great contacts on this. I've worked every continent from this antenna setup, whether it be my dipole or my MFJ BigStick. So that's one of the things that's most interesting about ham radios, just getting out there and experimenting with different things, and when you don't have a whole lot of space, making the most of that space. So that's all I wanted to show you guys out here for the antenna setup on the balcony. So I just want to take you guys inside real quick and show you guys the shack setup that I have going right now. All right guys, so where I'm standing right now is actually the dining room of my apartment. My setup is pretty simple. Basically what I do is I just set all my stuff up on the dining room table, and this is my shack. I don't have any extra rooms in my apartment for a shack or anything like that. So, and this is also the most convenient location to where my antennas are set up. So I just set all my radios up on the table and just do my thing. And if I got to put it away, I just pack it all away in my POTA bag and call it a day. It's not a very intricate setup at all. Basically all it is my BTEC power supply, my Yaesu FT891, and my MFJ 929 antenna tuner. And that's it, really. It's a pretty simple setup. I just want to make this video to show you guys, you don't have to have a dedicated room for ham radio. You don't have to have a dedicated space for ham radio. You can do it anywhere you want to in your house. The most important thing is just setting up an antenna, setting up your radio, and getting on the air. You're never going to get on the air and make any contacts if you don't. Just try it. I'm not advocating for breaking rules or violating leases and things like that, but try it. Every situation is different, I understand. Some apartments are a little bit more strict on what you can and can't do, but if you set it up at night and it's outside office hours and nobody sees it, don't cause a scene, maybe you might just get away with it. Either way, just set up an antenna, set up a radio, have fun with it, get on the air, make contacts. That's what radio's all about. If one antenna is not working, try another antenna and just try something until you have the results that you're looking for. That's what ham radio is all about, is experimenting, having fun, getting on the air, making contacts. Like I said, you'll never get on the air if you don't actually start. And this is where I started. This is how I got into HF. I started with that 10-meter dipole, and now I have that MFJ BigStick, and I've worked every continent on this setup. I've been happy with my results, and your mileage may vary based on your location and your situation, but I just wanted to show you guys how I set up my radios and how I play radio here at my apartment. So that's all I got for you guys. Again, if you have not already, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps out the channel, helps the video reach more people, all that stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, 73.